Here is the story of the Rabbi of Dubnow. Dubnow was a small 19th century village in Poland. There was once a famous Rabbi of Dubnow who travelled from village to village delivering his learned sermons. Wherever he went, he was greeted with enthusiasm and accorded the greatest honours. His driver, who accompanied him on his travels, was very much impressed by the welcoming crowds. One day, as they were on the road, his driver said, "Rabbi, I have a great favour to ask of you. Wherever we go, people heap honours on you. Although I'm only an ignorant driver, I'd like to know how it feels to receive so much attention. I'd like to be a celebrity. Would you agree to exchange clothes with me just for one day? Then they'll think that I am the famous rabbi and you are the driver, so they'll honour me instead." Now, the Rabbi of Dubnow was a good-humoured soul and a man of the people, but he saw the pitfalls in such an arrangement. He said, "Suppose I agree, what then? You know, the rabbi's clothes don't make a rabbi. What would you do for learning? You'd only make a fool of yourself, wouldn't you? You can't even read Hebrew properly." "Don't you worry, Rabbi. I'm willing to take that chance." "In that case, you can put on my clothes." And the two men exchanged clothes as well as their callings. As they entered the next village, all the Jewish inhabitants turned out to greet the famous rabbi. They conducted the supposed rabbi to the house of learning, while the real rabbi followed discreetly at a distance. The bogus rabbi was delighted with his reception. He sat down in the seat of honour, surrounded by all the scholars and dignitaries of the town. Suddenly, a local scholar cried out, "Learned Rabbi, could you explain to us this passage in the law? We don't understand it." The real Rabbi of Dubnow chuckled to himself. "Now my driver's sunk. That's a very difficult passage." The driver, posing as the rabbi, frowned deeply and peered into the sacred book placed before him, although he could not understand a single word of it. Then he pushed the book aside and spoke sarcastically to the learned men of the town. "Is this the most difficult question you could ask me? Why, this passage is so simple, even my driver could explain it to you." Then he called to the real Rabbi of Dubnow, "Driver, come here for a moment and explain the law to these scholars."